is Kelsey LaCourte, and my husband is John LaCourte. He's not here with me. We led the mission trip to Belize this past January, and we'll be leading another one in January 20. So to start off with us last time, to come here and kind of talk about his experience in Belize and why he wants to go back. So Jonathan.
Hello, excuse me. My name is Jonathan, and well, I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ first, and I'm just happy to be here and sharing my testimony, my experience that I had in Belize last year in 2019 with the group I met mostly from here, Oso Creek. I had one other friend, Tracy, that we attend Grace Community Church in Flower Bluff. We were able to join this Oso Creek group. I'm the other man named John that was in the group, only two men, so if there's anything we can very, very much this year, that'd be great. The more the but I just have to share a little bit just to get through the process, this 6 months, which basically is starting today. It takes a little bit. You have courage and stretching of your faith, experience of just your relationship with Jesus to be molded and formed in ways that you don't even understand until you get through the process. He provided for me every step of the way. As far as finances, I expressed my concern to a few individuals, and they just basically helped me get the finances that I need. And that was one of the concerns a lot of people have going through the process is, how am I going to get the money, get the time, if you have kids, I don't have kids, your job and everything else. God will provide, and he does provide in more ways than we can even see. And when he works behind the scenes like that, it's just amazing to be impacted by it. And one of those places is on mission trips. Right now, this mission trip can be that one for you. So we started a little bit of we had a backup at the airport, which was an experience in itself. Just getting there was a not a bad trip. And then we had to stand in the line at the airport in Belize, and it was something to talk about. It was a sharing that we got to stand together as a group and just talk and learn a little bit more about each other and why we came on the trip. And then as the week progressed, we were able to share each night. We did some readings. Everybody took a little bit of time and maybe got something out of the Bible, or I used a little devotional that I used, and we led and we sung songs, and it was great. It was just about that fellowship and that unity, and we had 5 people, and it was very, very peaceful and comforting among the anxieties that we had as we went into the trip. We were going into a place that we were very unfamiliar, and maybe I didn't have all the experience dealing with kids. Just because I've volunteered in the children's ministry doesn't mean that I'm qualified to go teach kids anything about Bible studies, or just vacation Bible school is what we did. But we got through it together. We prayed together, we stayed together, we ate together, we just enjoyed each other's company, and everything else was a bonus. Dino is magnificent. Him and his wife, Melissa, and their family, Rebecca and Malkian, and you'll get to meet the whole bunch if you go, but their home is great. They have a dairy farm. I'm sure you've heard Dino talk about it when he comes and visits, but it's a sight to see. And just being there in that atmosphere, Dino's a very prayerful man. So just about every time that we got together, we were praying and just being encouraged by the Spirit to carry us through each day. Along the trip, we got to experience kids at lunchtime. Groups of 5 or 6 were hanging around us, and it was just a good experience to have. I helped to get bathrooms started. John also helped We put a bathroom that was very needed on the back of the property that had been torn down by the kids, but we were able to get it finished. They finished it as we left that next week. And Kelsey and the girls were able to paint some tables for the picnic tables for the lunch program. And we got to haul some trash and walk around the whole village. And several nights we actually got to go up to the church, and we had, one night was a youth night. We had food and games and music. It was fantastic. And we did church a couple nights, and we did a movie night to finish out the week on a Friday. And I don't have many words to express how grateful I am for just going on that trip. God had opened my eyes to places I didn't know that poverty existed that bad, but the kids, their joy was made full. I mean, maybe they didn't all have Jesus, but they listened when we talked, and it was just great to be able to share that ministry of God working in my life and why I was there. And it was just to be available to God and have me to share the love of God. And that's exactly what they were doing right back. And it feels so full whenever you're able to hear those kids express, their needs and their concerns and actually their questions about Jesus as well. So if you feel like you are maybe interested, just get in contact with Kelsey or John or Pastor Matt or Dino when he comes in town. There's your ministry that's online. Ask some questions. Please, by all means, use all the resources that are necessary to get involved. And even if you may not do this year, think about it in the years to come, because this is going to be a recurring mission that we're going to be going on. And this will be the second year. So it'll be a time for growth in just our group and in your own faith. So I encourage you to reach out. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to go through some of the logistics of actually when, where, and how much it costs and everything. So first and foremost, we are planning the next trip for Saturday, January 9th through Sunday, January 17th, 2021. For those who do farm shows, this is the Junior Livestock Farm Show up in Robstown. It will cost approximately $1,500. That includes airfare, lodging, transportation, meals, and project costs. That could change a little bit depending on the number of people and the cost of flights, but that's a good approximation. The only thing that really doesn't include is any souvenirs or extra snacks you might want, food in the airport, and if we do a team building activity that costs money. So what are we going to be doing? So we'll fly into Belize on Saturday, go into the airport, and if it's anything like this past time, like Jonathan said, you'll wait in line, get a lot of time to get to know each other. Get to Samuel Sanctuary, which is where we'll be staying in kind of central Belize, out in the jungle, and have dinner, spend the night, kind of get settled in. So on Sunday, this past time, what we did is we actually had breakfast and then drove into the capital and attended a local church there, which was really great. Got to drive around Belize a little bit, prepare for the vacation Bible school that we were going to be running, and really get ready for the week. So then during the week, that Monday through Friday, we'll be serving in St. Margaret's Village. So St. Margaret's is a UN refugee village started in the 1980s that's grown to approximately 2,500 people. It is, as Jonathan said, it's a poor city. A lot of the kids who attend the school there are on a feeding program where food is provided, and it could be one of their only complete meals of the day. We will be doing some sort of construction project probably at the school, depending on the skill level of the team. So if you have carpentry skills, electrical work, plumbing, whatever you're good at, we can use all skills. And even if you don't have any specific skills, you will still be put to work. And then we'll also be doing a spiritual project. So almost guaranteed we'll be doing some sort of vacation Bible school at the school after class for the kids. And then, as Jonathan said, we will attend different youth nights, different churches, maybe host a movie night. If that sounds terrifying to you, because you are not used to working with kids, Let me reassure you that God provides. I am someone who was absolutely terrified by that idea. I do not have kids. I have never worked with kids. I've never babysat. And yet that was a life-changing moment to really work with those kids and to just see their how happy they are to have you there, and like Jonathan said, how much they're listening to what you have to tell them about how much God loves them. So then hopefully that Saturday we'll be doing some sort of team building activity depending on what the group wants to do. It could be beach, tubing, zip lining. It's Belize, so there's several options. And then that Sunday we'll fly back to Texas. So as I mentioned, we'll be staying in Samuel Sanctuary. So that's owned by Dino and Melissa Roseland. It's dorms with full electricity, full running water, located about 1 mile from the village. And they're nice dorms where they have the men and the women separated. Comfortable, there's normal beds, bunk beds. They have the electric plug-in fans for if it gets hot. Really nice. We were very comfortable. A note about the weather. So when we were there, which we were the first week in February, so a little later in the year, we experienced temperatures as low as 50 degrees and as high as 96 degrees. It could be a big temperature swing. So that's something we'd definitely talk about upon going, what to pack and everything. But for the most part, it should be generally comfortable and actually pretty close to Corpus. If you can survive Corpus, you can certainly survive Belize. So some of the deadlines we have. So September 6th is when we need the non-refundable deposit of $300 and a submitted application. So if you're interested, I will provide the application to you via email. Just gotta let me know. And then we have payment dates throughout the rest of the year. So October 4th, November 1st, and December 6th are when kind of all the rest of the payments are due. And they can be made using the Easy Tithe app or cash, check, whatever way, just get the money in. We will have once a month, at least once a month, meetings with the team. These we found so beneficial. You get to know everybody going. You get to obviously discuss the details of the trip, become more comfortable with things, and really just get to grow in Christ with each other. It really gave us time to prepare and to learn to trust in one another so that when the time actually came that we were in Belize, we already had that relationship built. For those of you who might be out of town, because we hopefully have some people coming from Boston, those meetings will have means of, I don't know, calling in like Zoom or FaceTime or WhatsApp. We'll figure out something. So if you're not in Corpus, you can still come. If you have children, they must be at least 16 years of age to come on this trip. Like I said, once you email me, let me know you're interested. I can provide the application. We have a liability of waiver and waiver of release. And then we also have a support letter that we send out. So we understand that $1,500 is a lot of money to a lot of people. There are a lot of ways to raise that money. If God is calling you on this mission, He will not let finances stop you. So I would encourage you, don't allow that to be a barrier for you to come. You can do GoFundMe. We provide a letter to friends and family. If you need the support, we are happy to help organize bake sales, car washes, whatever. There are means of finding funds. God will allow you to go on this trip. So next, one thing I want to talk about is the heart of a mission trip. It is all about flexibility. We go down there with a game plan in mind, and it will guaranteed get changed. That was one thing that was difficult for me. I'm a very type A person, and going down there and not having it be what I expected was difficult at first, but God really used that time to work not only through me to reach the kids, but also in me. That was one thing that was very unexpected for me, how much God would work in me while I was there. And so if you're considering going on this trip, just remember to pray that God gives you a servant's attitude, to be humble, to be open to communication. If you continue to pray for those things, God will provide. So yeah, those are kind of the basics of what we'll be doing in Belize and the information. If you are at all interested, please email me or call me. I'll post my information on the OSO Facebook page. But again, my name is Kelsey LaCourte. My email is kelseylacourte@gmail.com. Very easy. And then I'll post my phone numbers on the page as well. You can call me, and then I can talk to you about it more. I can provide you more information. I can answer any questions you have, any concerns. Please contact me. This, as Jonathan said, this trip was life-changing, and I really believe that through the Great Commission, God calls us not only to share his word, but also to serve others. And this is an amazing opportunity. Belize is safe. The weather's similar to Corpus. You'll be staying in a dorm with bug screens and fans, and it's comfortable. It's like Missions 101. It's a good step in. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.